Didn't have a work order.
Right. That's not much of a thing. What's that? I thought you were in Florida.
Trying to get somebody.
Oh, no, I was in there for 5 days, in the Gulf Shores.
We tried to hold somebody for Johnson Control? Yeah, he just sent me a message. Said, let you know, he's still trying to get a call back.
Oh, Rick?
Johnson Control.
It's yours.
Rick? Yeah. About as responsive of him as they are me. If we ever change that agreement, there's somebody else that can do it. Looks the heater's still working for the water side.
Allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody. We have a quorum. I will call a meeting to order. I will take a motion to approve the agenda and the minutes. So
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We're gonna juggle this around a little bit and go right to Jeff. Two things we want to talk to you about. The first one being the letter from Eric Updegraff on that. How do we reply to that?
Well, you're gonna have a decision to make. I'm assuming, and I don't know, I'm assuming the insurance company doesn't care. There are certainly a number of it, and at this point in the proceeding, the court stuff is done. Everything, we're just waiting on the Supreme Court to issue a ruling. It is very unlikely that they will send it back to the district court to do anything, other than to enter a ruling in accordance with whatever their decision is. It's not likely to go back and have to do a retrial. I can't promise you that won't happen, but it's just highly unlikely. Eric has also been involved, I think, in your guys' negotiations with the wind farm. I think there's a lot of benefits to keeping him on board and transferring. Just if for no other reason than he's already up to speed on everything and he wouldn't need to do anything. And that would be my recommendation, but I'm not involved in the litigation and ultimately the three of you need to decide.
Well, the biggest thing, I guess, is he was insurance provided, our insurance company provided him to us, or that firm should say. He took on the work. So do we have to reach out to insurance to see if they'll cover him going to another firm?
We definitely want to make sure that I don't know what the insurance company's agreement was, whether it was with Eric personally or with the firm. I would suspect, and again, if you want me to make some phone calls today, I certainly can. I would suspect that the insurance company isn't going to have a problem doing either one. But we can also confirm that.
Probably should.
I would, reach out.
They were paying for that
Part of it.
anything outside of that, then obviously the county would pay, but.
And the only thing we hired Eric individually to do for us was to look over the contract for the road and drainage easement for the solar farm.
Right.
So he's familiar with that too. So yeah, if you could reach out.
Will you check on that for us?
I will check on that.
Yep. And then depending on which way we go, we need to make it an agenda item.
You're gonna want to put it on the agenda next week and decide one way or the other, but I'll get back to you here the next day or two. So
Okay.
that you'll know what they say.
Okay. The other item we wanted to discuss with you was the fact that we have, as a board, decided to not enter into a 28E agreement with City of Northwood for law enforcement on a 24-hour, 365 basis. And Mark had mentioned the fact that we should let the city know immediately that we're not going to do that. Because when we left that meeting that night, we we hadn't made up our mind yet, and we've discussed it quite a few times, and we have decided not to enter into that, but we want them to be aware of exactly what's gonna happen the end of June 30th, the first of July 1st, as far as, and you looked at the 2080 agreement, and I would also ask you if you could if you could cut a letter to them or whatever you think is right, and make sure that 2080 agreement goes along with it, because a lot of the questions I've got, I would think they would have it and they've read it, but I can tell by the questions that I've got in the past, somebody's not reading something.
Yeah, I will reach out to the mayor, who would be the contact. And, we'll send a letter, just formally notifying them that the 28E expires at June 30th of this year, and that we're not looking at renewing it. And, the county's position is that the city will be taking over 4 of the deputies and reinstituting their own police department to provide coverage for the city of Northwood.
Yep, and it's pretty much spelled out in the 2080 agreement.
Yep.
What's going to happen. So, and this will give them just about 4 months to make the transition, which I don't think should be that hard.
And I think I included Jesse in an email, just to make sure he's got whatever stuff they're storing at the city building out of there before the end of the term. And I don't know if there's any equipment in the squad cars that would belong to the county, or the county is paying for.
Yeah, there is.
And if they're not going to take over those contracts, we certainly want to make sure everything is out of the cars that they own.
Or they can buy it, I suppose. They could buy that equipment, right? Once you see there's a benefit to keeping it.
So does there need to be anything in the minutes, or just the lack of motion just means that they're just not gonna continue it?
Just says you don't do the 2080 agreement according to the 2080 agreement that's there.
There is no formal action required by the Board of Supervisors. And I think from this discussion, it's gonna be, whoever's listening in is gonna be aware that
And the letters just.
that we are
courtesy.
renewing. This is just a.
And then what if there's if there's any change in personnel from here until June 30, is there any issues with that? I mean, I don't know if there would be, but. You'd just cover and not hire anybody else, or,
Just cover it
Yeah.
like we had done.
It's kind of like you've done when somebody's quit and you had to go out and find somebody and send them to school.
Yeah.
So,
I was just wanted to bring it up just in
yeah,
case.
that's fine. Nope. Okay, thank you, Jeff. I guess we'll get back to the county engineer, Rich.
I'm just waiting, I told you last week, we were gonna look at maybe gonna vote for some more trucks, just waiting on that individual. He was out last week. We did find a 1.5 truck to pull our skid loader around with, a little bit better than running it with a 3/4 ton, so we'll make the purchase on that soon. And I know eventually we'll need an amendment on our equipment budget based on the fact we bought the motor grader here last fall. It was kind of an unplanned purchase, but kind of got a good deal on it, so we'll have to make some amendments to get the budget back square. So, other than that's all I've got for you. I know we'll be out blading roads when the roads are fit enough to be on them without destroying them, so.
Any
Those-
questions?
Notice they got a little spongy here in the
Yeah.
last few days, which is good. They're
Yeah,
not
the
boiling
rain.
at least, but
I think the rain brought some of that.
Yeah, I think the rain really
definitely
helped.
Just a question, I noticed some of the bridges over the interstate, the gravel road ones, got a lot of gravel on them. Is there any liability or anything we need to do about cleaning them off?
Oh, there shouldn't be rock on them, so I wonder,
Pretty heavily.
we'll have to go out and look at them and see if we can get them scraped off or swept off. 'Cause, yeah, you don't want,
I mean, rain and stuff, it's gonna dribble down through
They got, yeah, all their gutters are off on the edges, but we still don't, I don't know how much rock you're seeing.
Well, it's like the one that's, I can't think what road it is right now, but there's gravel on both sides. Looks like it's solid. And
Okay.
just real cracks, just like
Yeah,
the road hasn't been graded.
yeah.
And maybe, and I think there's other ones that are probably similar.
Shouldn't be rock on the-
Carried across when they're pushing snow and it's freshly rough.
Ours will drag it on there, but
Yeah,
some of the blading practices might be to transition without hitting that abutment, and that needs to be pulled off, so.
just I didn't know how often you did that stuff, just for maintenance and stuff, so.
Yeah, we'll get them looked at.
Any updates on the projects?
I drove out there, I haven't seen much change yet, I know they're still putting girders on the main building. I don't know if they got in there and poured that roof the other day, but they might have, so. Now that it's, and Holt and I are gonna go out, we need to, I got AutoCAD drawings now, I'm gonna try to figure out a layout that'll work for us for a fuel station, so we can finally get some finalized quotes on a layout. A layout's gonna affect how the cost of the tank setup and everything else for our fuel system, so we're gonna find out what best suits our needs for a layout and get our final quotes on that.
You guys saw the email come through on Jason Petersburg on the new design on the administration building. He wants us to reply to that. I just came through on Friday, so I'm just kind of reminding you to reply on that to him. So, drainage, we got a work order. DD 46.
The one I sent you guys, like the conservation land.
Jim,
Yep, Jim talked to you.
Well, Jim talked to me on Friday. He called me and said he couldn't be here, and he said with their backhoe, they can go out and open it up, so at least it's flowing.
Yeah.
Cause we don't wanna tear them out if somebody's gonna track them, cause they'll just come back and wreck the place again.
Somebody had been trapping them, I think. And that-
Are they done?
The one guy had shot like 5 of them too. He got permission to shoot them, so you got like 5 out of there. Alan Creasy had shot like 5, I guess. And I think somebody was trapping them too. Because they turn tails in anyway, so.
Maybe they got rid of them, then.
Well, I think they're to the point where they need to come out now and then,
See what happens, see if there's any left to rebuild.
and
No.
I talked to Jim too, and I said, well, you're probably not gonna be able to reach it. You know, I know I've got the same size hole you have too. It's like, you're not gonna get them all. You can get it open, but.
So we really need to get somebody in there that can reach it. and tear
Well,
it
and I
out.
did notice, if you look at the picture, there's a few willow trees there and there's a couple bigger trees, and I don't know if somebody should get in there and remove them when they're in there. You know, little maintenance, little heads up maintenance, because if you don't take away the food, those beaver are coming back, especially the willow trees. They need to be mowed off or something and then kept mowed off, so they don't.
Let Jim do what they can, I guess, and.
That's what he said, get it opened up anyway, and then we go from there.
And there is,
I know he was gonna check with somebody that was working on a ditch too, just to see if they're up in the area that maybe they could handle it too. I mean, I'm not sure
well, that's
who was that.
the, in between the interstate and the state line.
Yep,
And that they haven't even hired anybody there
Oh,
yet.
okay.
We're,
I thought there was a hole up there, Jim said somewhere, a bigger hole, but
oh, he called me and told me in between the interstate and Hickory,
yeah.
there's a beaver dam there.
Yeah, we have a work order.
Okay, so that one needs to get tore out too, so. So I will take a motion to approve this work order for these beaver.
So,
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
You want me to tell Jim?
Yep,
Do what he can and
see
we'll
what he can do.
see if they come back.
Then report back to us on if we need to, what else needs to be done up in there. We've got pending claims. Is there a motion to approve the pending claims?
I'll motion to approve pending claims.
so I can second it.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that? All those in favor say aye. Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carries.
You don't sign that one. Remember?
Yeah, oh yeah. My bad. Sign those.
And these
If they're
are,
marked.
Okay.
Yeah, those are your buildings. Progress payments.
is there a motion to approve the progress
Well,
payment?
that's
That's in there.
included.
That's in there.
That's in the pending plan.
You just gotta sign,
Oh, okay.
just gotta sign as a guarantee.
2, 3.
Here, I don't see any place up here.
Oh, it must have gotten moved.
Oh,
Yeah, that thing wasn't sticking.
That's fine.
It might have moved.
Oh,
These
keep
are free
going.
and fun.
oh, there's more than one.
Yeah, there's 3.
Triplicates.
You sign it in the wrong place, you're personally responsible.
Engineer, contractor and us. We all get one.
Everybody gets that.
Yep, we don't share. Same for the other one.
You get that stamp.
No. Gotta know what you're signing. Don't like stamps. Except for election time.
Wow,
That would be nice.
Yeah. I can only imagine that.
Cause you know what you're signing then.
Yep. Yeah, that must be nice.
Any reports?
Yes,
Who's that on?
sure.
Is there a motion to approve the sheriff's report?
Motion to approve sheriff's.
One second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carries. What else you got here?
Engineer. Pay.
There
Increase.
on Zach Hayden and Jason Holton. A pay increase, starting 3/22/26 for 50 cents an hour.
There's my motion to approve.
Second,
Have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that?
that's their 6 months, you said, right?
Yep, it's a 6 months here.
Thank you.
Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Alright.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carries. Anything else you got for me? Um. Building and grounds, any
No.
on this building anymore?
Stuff got fixed.
How'd that work get done up there?
Looks good.
It's all done?
Done, yeah, it was
It was quick.
waiting on smoke detectors from the fire alarm company, and then they've got to fix whatever's going on in the clerk of court office, but Rick's kinda trying to head that up, so. Other than that. And I did talk with Dave Randall, I told you guys that, but we'll be looking at this stuff out here probably next week. And then looking at some stuff out the wastewater plant as well for brickworks.
Okay. Willis, are you on?
Today I'm meeting with the guy that's doing our video for production. So he does 4 videos a year for us for tourism. And then tomorrow we received another veteran that moved to Winnebago County. So I'm meeting with him to hand him his incentive package. And then I think that the rest of the week is pretty clear.
Sounds good. Any questions you have for her? Thank you, Melissa. Water and wastewater. AJ Stone,
Go ahead.
nothing's broke?
Thanks for jinxing us. Not right now.
Department head discussion.
I've got, we're gonna be replacing the storage and migrating the VMs from the old VMware to the Hyper-V, and it looks, they're gonna come in on the 6th and 7th, so there's gonna be some downtime that week. I'll try to minimize it for the computers.
And you fully understood all those.
Everything you said.
Just wanted to make sure that.
6th and 7th, Friday, Saturday?
Being an.
No, Monday, it's Monday, that's April 6th and
Oh,
7th,
April.
yeah. Yeah, so that's when they're gonna come in and do the actual setup. We're gonna do the setup and then we'll be migrating stuff after that. So we'll just work with everybody to try to minimize the downtime and give heads up.
I think that's great. Take care of it. Anybody else?
Just wondering about the PTO and sick time and vacation. How you guys coming?
Getting it back up to snuff here after we get done with budget.
Yep, we were working on the budget, so yeah, it got brought to my attention. I had it wrote down here. But,
Get Mike involved. Mike's been gone too, I guess.
yeah,
Get Mike involved again here.
And I assume you guys will share the new
when we get them hours figured out or, yeah,
plans.
All the plans from Jason, yeah.
Yeah.
oh, and that, yeah, he's
Does he
waiting for us
respond
to
to him?
reply.
As soon as we respond to him.
As soon as we respond to him, he said he'd get it out to the
Send
department.
it out again.
So
Just not.
that's why I wanna make sure everybody, I hadn't replied because it came through Friday afternoon.
Updated version.
This will probably be pretty close to what's gonna happen.
Yeah, this is where the janitor's room got made bigger and he juggled stuff around and made the supervisor's room bigger and
Put garage on
put a garage on.
I saw that. Yeah.
We can put a few more chairs in then?
50.
50.
50.
That's for 75 to 100.
Yeah.
I guess that's closer.
50 is better than what we had. So that was what, 30?
30.
Yeah.
Something like 30.
50's better.
Oh, and then we
I'll
got
just have to get comfy.
a conference room for the attorney, plus his own office and a place for Jenny. So everything that so far you guys have mentioned to him, they've tried to implement into it.
They've accommodated, I think, everything. They
Yeah.
Sent it back.
I was wondering, I was surprised they got a double stall garage in there. So,
Yeah, cause nobody thought about that.
No, which probably needed.
Mhm.
but yeah, as soon as Jason gets that stuff, I would imagine he's gonna touch base with you.
At what point are you looking at, breaking ground? At what point are you looking at being done?
Open, depends on them.
But
I'd like to see bids go out in like May or June. And they could get late summer, fall work, get it going. So it'd be next year, next summer, mid to late, I would assume.
I have no idea how long it'll take them to build it.
It's
Well,
not
you
a,
gotta
it's
be
not a
gone
Taj
first.
Mahal, I mean, it's a pretty.
Yeah, he's gotta be gone first.
We'll be gone.
We'll be going. Okay, that's a good thing I wanna hear.
We can work out your pickup. Anyway.
Are you gonna knock your own building over, or you gonna let them pros do it, or just start in a fire and put a flame in?
A lot of steel in that building, right? It'll burn a lot of steel.
Well, I'm gonna take our smoking around. Yeah, record them.
Any other discussion on that stuff? Budget discussion, we kind of finished that out at the workshop on Wednesday where we were
It's-
headed with that, and then we still gotta,
Down the sheriff.
Yeah.
we're down to sheriff, yeah. So,
So I'm gonna play with that spreadsheet a little bit and see how much money it would take to,
Do that.
yeah.
Thanks for getting those numbers.
Yeah, Enos had asked for some added stuff on there, which I'm working on, but
Okay.
I'll get that to you when I'm done with that.
Give us an idea, cause then if we need to try to narrow that gap a little bit. Otherwise, we know which road we're gonna be going down next.
And I'll play with it and see if I can get something so it'll be easier for you for next year and forward, so that you don't have to get the yellow paper out. I'll see if it works.
any other discussion on that? Supervisor comments, anything?
Nothing for me.
Next week's agenda items?
Make sure the attorney.
Yeah, get that.
Yeah, you already got that, Jackie, don't you? Yep, let's get that on the agenda so they know sooner rather than later. There isn't anything else to add to the agenda for next week. I will take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.